This is the 8th of 8 video revision sessions for the theory paper, which will help you with your mock on the afternoon of Friday the 2nd of February 2018 and your real exam on the morning of Monday the 18th of June 2018. This video is the second video about communication and covers purpose of having a website, advantages and disadvantages of having a website, features of an e-commerce website, websites and the law, theory of computer applications, which type of software is best for a task, paper-based versus computer-based, and finally local area networks and wide area networks. So first of all, the purpose of having a website for a business. It says the use of search engines. It is very important for businesses to make sure that their website is on the database of the most popular search engines, and that through the index of keywords their website appears when potential customers do a search. So when you search for a certain product, you want your business to be at the top of that search list, because more people are likely to go on your website and buy from you. E-commerce is allowing customers to buy their products online. So when we talk about e-commerce, we're talking about buying and selling online. So if you have an e-commerce website, that is a website where you sell to customers online. Online catalog. So this would allow customers to research your products. Having a website can also be a method of recruitment. So businesses can advertise their vacancies that they have online, and potential candidates can even apply through the website. Finally, information about the business, for example company history and performance, etc., can be presented on your website. So the advantages of having a website, there's quite a few advantages. First of all, you can trade 24/7. So instead of your business only being open from 9 o'clock in the morning until 6 o'clock at night, and it doesn't open on days such as Christmas Day and maybe New Year's Day, if you've got a website you can trade 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It does mean that perhaps some of your parcels aren't sent out until somebody actually comes in the day after Christmas or whatever, but you can buy or you can sell through your website anytime you want. If you go on Amazon on Christmas Day, you can buy something. It might not be sent until 2 or 3 days later, but you can buy something. So the purpose or the advantage of having a website to a business is you could trade 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can protect your market share through having a website. You could also get information about your competitors. You could go and see how much they're selling similar products for. You could reach new customers. Perhaps you only ever reach 100 customers in a week in your small village shop, but having a website you can potentially reach the world. You can provide customer care through your website. Some websites actually have a little chat box that pops up when you go on there, so you can provide that customer care to people who are looking to find out maybe where their product is, or trying to pass on information about their product being broken or something like that. You can provide that customer care through having a website. So there's some disadvantages of having a website as well. The main one is security threats. People obviously could potentially hack in and try and steal customers' details who have bought through your website before. The cost of setting up and maintaining that website. Websites can be expensive to buy from certainly professional companies who make professional websites, and so setting them up and the long-term maintenance of those websites can cost a business a lot of money. The threat of increased competition, so other people are going to have websites just like yours, so that increases competition. Customer support outside of office hours. Maybe your office is only open 9 until 5, but because you've got a website you provide customer service outside of those office hours, and that would be needed. Also, that would come at a cost. So you can contact someone on Amazon 24 hours a day. Somebody is being paid to do that job, so it does cost the business. Consumers' buying habits can change very rapidly, which means that you would need to change your website and have your website up to date all the time. So what's the features of an e-commerce website? What are these e-commerce websites, these selling websites, going to allow us to do as a business? So it allows us to view individual orders in detail. We can see what customers have ordered, when, at what time of the year. Is there a pattern of things that they actually like to purchase from your business? So you can view those individual orders in detail, and that information is really important for maybe sending them money off vouchers or advertising or something like that. You could export your product range to price comparison websites, which would allow you to compete with other businesses. Discount voucher codes, which can be redeemed through the website. These e-commerce websites allow payment to be made online, so you can actually buy things and pay for them online rather than going into a shop and paying with your cash. Enquiry forms can be set up to capture data from consumers, so actually capturing information about what products these customers want, what they've bought recently. These inquiry forms, maybe asking questions about the products. E-commerce websites can also have product reviews and could collect customer feedback as to whether your company is doing what it should be doing, maybe if the product is up to scratch. So of course, websites and the law, and there are going to be laws that protect people who buy on websites. So let's have a look. Personal data collected on websites must be protected, and that's of course part of the Data Protection Act, which we covered in a previous video. So any data that we collect about people in order to send their parcels or in order to collect payment from them for the products that they bought, we must look after their data, and that's part of the Data Protection Act. Websites can't copy material without permission. So for example, copyright and the Design and Patents Act. So you can't just copy images, you actually have to get permission from the brands or get permission from the products, the owners of the products, in order to use those images and those bits of text and the materials with the permission of the people who actually sell those products. Businesses must sell products legally, so the Sale of Goods Act. All products must be fit for purpose. All products must match their description, and all products must be of satisfactory quality. So all these laws protect the consumer when buying things on your website. So they also must follow distance selling laws and the consumer protection or distance selling regulations. Customers have the following rights when they buy on your website. The website must provide clear information before customers start to buy. Customers receive written confirmation of orders that are placed, so that's why when you buy something on Amazon you get an email almost immediately confirming what you've actually bought. Might be some other websites that you bought from previously online, or parents have bought from previously online. You get an almost instant written or email confirmation to say what order you placed. Customers have a 7-day cooling off period where they can cancel the order with no penalty and get all their money back. And the last one is safe payment made through encryption. Any websites must have safe payment where if there were to be hackers or people watching the website traffic, then they couldn't access any of the details of the people who were buying the products. So that was all about buying and selling online. The next bit is about the theory of computer applications. This is very much part of the practical test, but these are the written things that would go along with your practical test. So it is theory of computer applications rather than actually using word processing or databases or desktop publishing. It's actually knowing the theory behind it. So first of all, we're going to cover word processing. So when would we actually use a word processing package? What do we use a word processing package for? So we might use it for letterheads and letters, like mail merging our letters, envelopes and printing envelopes to go out to individual customers, producing labels, maybe business cards, flyers, posters, and what are the benefits of word processing software? Well, you can change the formatting, you can format the text, the font, the size. You could insert a variety of different things like tables and images. You could use borders. So these are all the different things that we can use in word processing packages. So spreadsheets, when would we use a spreadsheet package? Well, in a business, a spreadsheet package would be used to analyse financial data. It would be used to analyse any sales from the business, analysing any stock, paying wages and salaries, displaying data in things like graphs in that graphical form. So what are the benefits of spreadsheet software? Well, first of all, we can use these formulas that makes the spreadsheet automated. It works by itself once it's set up correctly. We can change the formatting of the way it looks, the fonts, the sizes, the colours, the border lines. Graphs and charts can be produced in spreadsheets, which means reading information from the spreadsheet is much easier as it's displayed in graphical form. Databases. So when would we use a data handling package? Well, we use it for storing customer information. We'd store our supplier information in a data handling or a database package. Employee details may be stored in a database. Stock information particularly will be stored in a database. Equipment details. And what are the benefits of database software? Well, there's a number of different benefits. First of all, you can sort the data. You can search the data. That's using queries. You can produce reports, or in your exam it will say the word list rather than reports, but you can produce professional written reports. And we can create a relational database where we produce maybe 2 or 3 tables, and we can link those tables together so that the database is more efficient. So, graphics and desktop publishing. When would you use a desktop publishing package? We would use those for documents of multiple pages, maybe if we were making a catalogue or a calendar or something along those lines. If you were producing a leaflet or maybe some business cards. And what are the benefits of using graphics? They're a quick way for an audience to visualize what is being said. They can convey a lot of information in a graphic rather than having it all written down. It's more interesting to many people than verbal communication, actually seeing an image. Presentation software. Well, you've all used PowerPoint before. You're not allowed to use the word PowerPoint in your exam. You're not allowed to use the word Microsoft Word or Microsoft Publisher. But presentation software is the correct term for Microsoft PowerPoint. So presentation software. When would we use presentation software? First of all, for displaying text to lots of people. Maybe when a printout is required with key sections of information provided. When information needs to be displayed on a screen in a loop. A little bit like our screens that we have in the entrance hall to our school. Or just above the coin loaders when they're given information about what's happening in school, maybe school concerts and things like that. So displayed on the screen in a loop. What are the benefits of presentation software? Well, you can add notes pages, so you can have everything written down that you want to say throughout your presentation. We can use effects to add movement to slides, and you can print them off in many different ways. 1 slide to a page, 3 slides with notes on, lots of different ways of printing off those presentation pieces of software. So theory of computer applications, web authoring package. When would we use a web authoring package? Well, you'd use one in order to create a website, and particularly creating a home page, maybe creating some hyperlinks to other pages, displaying perhaps some animation on your web page, and also in selling your product or your service through your e-commerce website. So in your exam you might be asked to select which type of software would be best for which task. So we're going to go through these and we're going to talk about when we would use a particular type of software. So word processing software, so that's like Microsoft Word. That's designed specifically for editing text. You would use word processing software to produce text-heavy documents like letters, memos and reports. Although we earlier said that you could use word processing software for making a poster, this isn't usually the place where we would make it. You can produce a poster in word processing software, but mainly word processing software is used for editing large amounts of text like an essay or a letter. Desktop publishing software is sometimes easier when making documents with more complex layouts that combine text and images. So for example, a newsletter, a flyer, a brochure, maybe a poster, so where we actually combine text and images together. Spreadsheets. Spreadsheets are ideal for most things that involve numbers. Doing calculations is the main purpose of a spreadsheet, and producing graphs and charts. Many businesses use them to keep track of financial data. And finally, databases. Databases are a great way for storing and processing large amounts of data. This could be text, it could be numbers, it could be dates. And you can search a database to pick out exactly what you want to search for. For example, customers' details or product details. So, paper-based versus computer-based. So both methods have their advantages and disadvantages. For example, handwritten information can be hard to read and it can easily get lost. However, staff may need training to use a software package and a computer, and technology might fail, and then obviously it costs a lot of money in the first place. So considering that, handwritten information might be cheaper to produce. It doesn't need a lot of training. Okay, we go to school. In our very early years of going to school, we learn how to handwrite things, so it doesn't need a lot of training, particularly when we get into the world of work. So there's lots of positives and negatives against paper-based and computer-based ways of presenting data. And finally, local area and wide area networks. So local area networks are sometimes called LANs. These link peripherals in one location. Peripherals are things like a printer. So in your IT room there'll be one printer, yet there'll be 30 computers. So those 30 computers are linked together, and that one printer is linked together with those other 30 computers in a local area network. A local area network is usually across one site or one office building. It's a local area network. It also means that you can share files, and maybe 5 or 6 people can work on the same database at the same time. A wide area network, sometimes we call those WANs, they link different local area networks together. If a business operates in more than one location, the need to share data and applications becomes even more important. WANs allow users to communicate efficiently between sites within one country and across the world. The most common wide area network is the internet, and it links lots of different local area networks together, allowing people to be able to work wherever they need to in the world,